Okay, ready? The current general plan was approved by the voters in 2005. Should it be used by town officials as a blueprint for land use and development decisions, or more as a guideline for making decisions?
I would say at this point in our history it should be a guideline for the evolution of the general plan, which is now underway. The discussions which Joe Harnett, Mike Zinkin, and others have been involved in are designing with your suggestions, your ideas, and your perceptions of how this community should go. That general plan is now being planned, and that will be the document that will go by from then on. There are many things happening in the community now. The demographics of the community are changing, so the evolution from the 205 general plan to the new one will involve a lot of younger folks who we become not a retirement community, but a excellent master plan community, and that's what we're working on now. And with employment design for Innovation Park and other community solidifying projects, we're going to have a new and different kind of general plan. But basically,
Thank you.
Basically.
Mary, would you like me to read the question again, or do you remember it?
No, I remember it.
Cool. Thank you.
I think I can remember it. The general plan from 2005 was a document passed by the voters, ratified by our community, and there is a requirement that every 10 years it be updated by the state. That's a state requirement. It's a good one because your community grows and changes, and that's exactly what's happened to Oro Valley. As Vice Mayor Waters mentioned, our demographics are changing. We have just as many kids under the age of 19 as adults over 65 now in Oro Valley, and we are actually thank you very much. And we're incorporating their voices for the first time in planning the general plan, getting there. The general plan lays out, it's a general plan. It's not a zoning code. And we use it to see what the community's intent and vision is, and we hold to that whenever possible. The 2005 one needs some adjustment, and that's what we're going through right now. And as a community, you will all participate in that. And you'll be seeing information about how to join a committee, how to get your input in, what you'd like to see happen in that general plan.
Thank you.
I'm probably closer to the general plan than, although not as close as Bill Adler, I'll guarantee you that right now. It is a guideline, and it's intended as a guideline. It says it in the preamble to the general plan. And as far as the new general plan, or Your Voice, Our Future, you all probably participated in the surveys, both in the Explorer online. Some of you may have participated in the telephone surveys, statistically valid, they tell me, and I believe that. So you're going to see a general plan that is truly a reflection of the community as it exists today. There'll be some different priorities, although based on the survey we've seen that the public safety, some of the land use, some of the parks, etc. are still important to folks. But it is going to be different, and hopefully it's going to be shorter. Thank you.
Well, as everyone said, the general plan is a guideline and policy. But you also have to keep in reminding that it's the one document that you, as a citizens, get to have the input on and vote upon. And frankly, the general plan is normally it's open to too much interpretation. It's worded very loosely. So even though you may think you gave guidance and direction, in many cases you're not, because it can be interpreted so many ways. So it's very important, as we're working on the new general plan, which I'm a member of one of the committees, that we tighten up some of the language so the intent that you had is clearly spelled out, which is not in the current general plan. Thank you.
Okay, general plan. From my standpoint, any successful organization has a guidepost, a white lines to stay between, etc. The general plan serves that to some degree. And you don't change things for the sake of change. You change things after a full vetting, looking at the impact of the changes that are being requested, etc. Yes, there should be changes because of some of the other comments here, the demographics changing, perhaps, some other aspects of our community has changed. But from my standpoint, I'm a process guy. I stick to a plan. I keep the vision in front of me, and everything has to be fully understood before we make significant changes. But I'm not opposed to change as long as it makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Specific to land use in the general plan, it is a policy document that should be viewed as a guideline. We do have ordinances that are more concrete in nature, but I think we've done a remarkable job over 4 years. When I took the mayor's seat in 2010, the environmentally sensitive land ordinance was just coming to fruition, or actually is 3/4 of the way done, and under my tenure we ratified it. And this basically mandates developers to provide open space, and that's consistent with the general plan. But like any document, anytime any verbiage is written, it is an open to interpretation. But you have to use that not as just that sole piece, but you got to use it in context with a larger piece. So in the general plan, for instance, it says we need to create fiscal stability, fiscal responsibility. So how do you do that and then stick with concrete land uses with the general plan? It's very difficult to do. So, it's a policy document, and I think we've done very well. All the development has a significant amount of open space to it, and that was a result of the general plan.